mathsucks!
Howdy everyone, I am Ms Zoey. Today we are going to learn about inequalities. Inequalities sound difficult, but they are actually quite simple. So no need to stress. For equations, one side equals to the other. That is why there is an equal sign in the middle. But today, we are not going to use the equal sign. With an inequality, one side could be greater than the other, or one could be less than the other. For example, x could be greater than 5, or y could be less than 10. Did you notice the symbols here? The greater than sign will be open to the larger number and narrows down to the smaller number. When it is positioned like this, we say greater than. When it is positioned the other way, similar to an L shape, we say it is less than. We can also have signs that are equal to or less than, and signs that are equal to or greater than. Take this lab flask, for example. We can say it can be filled, equal to or less than 17 ounces.
Hey, Ms Zoey, can I ask, why do we even need to learn stuff like this?
Great question, Andre. We can learn these to help us make better decisions with real-world problems where we have situations with limitations. For example, budgeting our money to see our spending limits or income goals. We could say our expenses should be equal or less than our income. Another example would be in manufacturing in a factory. We could say that the factory can only make 100 pairs of shoes per day. We could use the inequality, units produced is less than or equal to 100. In health and fitness, we can use inequalities to track our goals and progress. If I wanted to maintain a healthy weight, I could use the inequality, calories eaten is equal or less than the calories burned. If we made 2 gallons of lemonade for our lemonade stand to sell, and we know there are 128 ounces in every gallon, what is the most number of cups we can sell if we pour 10 ounces in every cup? First, I need to figure out the number of ounces, so we can write 2 multiplied by 128 to convert everything to ounces. This equals to 256 ounces. Because we are pouring 10 ounces per cup, I will make the number of cups x, because this is the unknown variable. So I will write 10x is less than or equal to 256 ounces. Then, to isolate x, I will divide both sides by 10. The 10s on the left cancel each other out. Then we can write 256 divided by 10. X is less than or equal to 25.6, or 25 as a whole number. Therefore, the most number of cups we can sell is 25. Can you think of any real-life examples for an inequality?
Yes, I have one. So I want to save my money to buy a new video game console. I have already saved $50, and I can afford to save $10 per week from my allowance. I want to buy this console as soon as I have $200 saved.
So how many weeks will it take until you can buy the video game?
Great question, Joey. I can write out the inequality 50 plus 10w is greater than or equal to 200, because I need greater than or equal to $200. Then I will isolate W, which represents the number of weeks. I need to also remember the PEMDAS rule. So I will first subtract 50 from each side. Positive 50 and negative 50 cancel each other out. Then I am left with 10w greater or equal to 150. Division is opposite to multiplication, so to isolate w, we divide both sides by 10. We cancel the 10 out on the left, so we have w is greater or equal to 150 divided by 10. Then w is greater than or equal to 15. So the final answer is that I need equal to or greater than 15 weeks to save for my computer game console.
That's a great example of using inequalities in real life. Can the viewers at home think of any real-world examples? Let us know and put your ideas in the comments. Well, that's all for today's lesson, and we will learn more about inequalities in the next lesson. See you then, and remember, math sucks.